Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin, your favorite spiritual analysts on all things culturally relevant. We're going to be taking a look at the American TikTok ban. Who's presenting this information? This is PearlMania500. He is a famous American, I think, who, makes his, money from TikTok. He's a big TikToker? Yeah, huge. He's got 2.5 million subscribers.
So how's he putting a TikTok out if has it been banned?
It hasn't been banned yet, but Congress pushed it through. I think it has to go through the Senate, follow the stipulations of the Senate if they want to keep TikTok going. Okay. So we're going to unpack this, take a look at what PearlMania500 has to say.
I've been screaming for so long about the TikTok ban that I am out of screams. This is me actually angry. 352 members of the United States House of Representatives voted to ban TikTok today. That's 81%. I want you to think about the last time you heard 81% of our Congress agreeing on anything. Think about anything for the last 4 years. 81%. Shit, to pick the Speaker of the House, it took 18 votes, and he barely got through. Remember that? Remember how many times this year alone, we've had to have votes for the Speaker of the House? But TikTok ban, they're right there. They are voting to ban the complaint box rather than listen to a single complaint on this fucking app. They see us talking to each other. They see us seeing the humanity in each other's eyes. I don't care if you got a red hat or a fucking septum piercing. I hear your complaints and I see the world you're standing in. I'm not reading your tweet out of context. I'm listening to your voice. I've learned so much from this app over the last 2 years, and the biggest thing was to stop judging my fellow Americans like they are on some other fucking team. We are all just countrymen walking around together. We're all just people trying to get to the end of the day. We're all trying to make enough money so we can raise our kids, kiss them on the forehead, and hope that when we send them to school, they come home tomorrow. That's all we fucking want. And instead, has our Congress done anything to move forward on a Voting Rights Act? No. To make sure women can have health care? No. Maternity leave? No. The minimum wage has been stuck at the same fucking amount for 15 years. Have we moved forward on any of these things? No. But we can get 81% of the most corrupt motherfuckers to walk around directly from their country clubs to go to their government job with their government paycheck, with their fucking government car that I fucking paid for. And they can go onto the floor of the House of fucking Representatives that we all fucking pay for and tell us, no, we're doing it to protect your data. We're doing it because we're worried about the algorithm. Meanwhile, my data has been stolen 16 times in the last 5 years. You want to know how I know that? Because I've been in 16 class action lawsuits about my stolen fucking data that I didn't even know was stolen. One day I open the mail and there's a fucking mailer with a check for $5. Sorry, your fucking data got stolen. Your Social Security was found on the dark web because some chuckle fuck couldn't follow a goddamn regulation that was written in 1973. I am 39 years old. I have been told my entire fucking life that we need 60 votes in this goddamn Senate. And they're about to find it. We didn't have 60 votes to protect any other shit. We got kids going to school every fucking day, terrified they're not going to go home. We got kids not wanting to give up their phones, not because of TikTok, because they're worried if somebody comes into their school, they want to be able to call their fucking parents to say goodbye. Any movement? Do we have 352 congressmen worried about that shit? No. But oh no, a bunch of tech bros want to buy up all the TikTok data and use it to train AI models to put more people out of work? No, put me in Congress. Fucking put me in Congress then. Write my name the fuck in. I'll line up, I'll take all of their fucking money. I'll take all that goddamn lobbyist money. And you know what? I'll make sure it says paid brand deal in the bottom corner. Because when you're a fucking influencer, you have to disclose where the money comes from. But when you're a congressman, That's the price of freedom.
Now, to bring it down to a calmer state, I know that was bold and passionate speech by someone who's probably trying to defend their livelihood. I imagine. And I feel like some good points are made, and we talked a little bit about this before, and we're a little undecided because with every yin there's a yang. You could see a point maybe for like getting rid of TikTok, but you might be able to make a solid point. Say that there's kids that are addicted to this thing and it's causing havoc here and there. Those are good, strong points. But I think we also have to say, are we using the things that we're pointing out on TikTok? Are we doing that with everything? Are we doing that with television? Are we doing that with McDonald's? Are we doing that with all the negative things? And, he made a good point. How easily they were able to come in and pass this one thing on TikTok. They've got an array of issues, so many things going on around the United States that they can't get anyone to agree on to stop or get behind. But TikTok is the one that they were able to come to a conclusion on. Just very, very fascinating. I don't know. What do you think?
The term, "for now we see through a glass darkly," comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's tough sometimes, right? Because this guy's ranting and raving, and I do my fair share of that on our show, and all of a sudden I'm eerily calm.
Yeah.
What's that about, man? Sometimes what people need from you is, I don't even know if I'm the proper person to react to this, because what the people that care about this, whose livelihoods are going away because maybe they make an income from TikTok, what they might need is somebody going, hell yeah, heck yeah to this guy, man, yeah. I encounter that every day. People that come say something to me, and I sometimes get the sense that that's what they're looking for me to do.
Yeah.
And I'm off ranting about something they don't even care about.
Yeah.
So you run that risk. You run the risk of people saying, I agree with everything James said. What the F was Justin even talking about? But how do you see clearly what's going on? Intentionality plays a giant part here. Everybody's got... You can't swing a stick without hitting somebody that's like pointing the finger in another direction at some injustice that's been done to them, or somebody else that's an idiot, or somebody else that's wrong, or someone else that's more corrupt than you. Everybody can do that. Everybody can point a finger. Point me to the guy that's like, I don't blame anybody. Everyone else is right, and I'm just going to humbly accept life because I don't know what's going on. So I accept everybody else. We this is North America. We don't respect you if you can start talking like that. Pick up a sword and go fight. Yeah. Is what the attitude is. But what is the breeding ground to cause this nonsense? Because we did talk about that before we started. It was like, why not axe McDonald's? Doesn't it like put people overweight and misguide people with flashy colors and employ MK Ultra level techniques to get you craving that and drooling over their burgers? And then meanwhile people end up diabetic and sick. But at the same time, McDonald's employs a lot of people. It creates jobs.
Yeah.
And so I don't know the ins and outs of TikTok all the way through in ins and outs. I've observed some of it myself and remarked in the past, wait a sec, why do they promote stuff that I consider bad and seem to not promote other things that seem of a skill or quality or value? But I haven't seen all of TikTok. I'm not on it all the time. I may have missed stuff. I'm not super familiar with this guy, and he seems articulate and interesting. So all that being said, what is the country that says, have guns, you can, if you want to be a capitalist and market to people till they drink and eat themselves into a grave, you're right to kill yourself with consumption if you want. This is capitalism. In the same country that outlaws something like TikTok, obviously there's something I don't know, but what is the environment that is breeding all of a sudden an individual ranting and raving? He's got something to say. People don't get all upset and swear and all that without something to say. Yeah. But if you dig to the core of it, I think there's so many people, not this guy specifically, but there's so many people that would be like, they're taking all my money. The corrupt government, that happens in Canada. The corrupt government's taking half of my hard-working thing. When the root of what that guy might actually be saying is, I don't want to work. I don't feel like working. I don't want to have to be in an environment where people will call me a loser if I don't, earn a status high job and get along, fit in all these ways. It's got nothing to do with my real self. My real self wants to knit and prance around in a tutu. And I'm not even free to do that. So I'm going to adopt this other act. It's how conscious is the rant that's being made. What place is it coming from? There are people that will fight for something they truly don't even want. There's workers where their factory's going out of business and they'll work harder picketing that not to happen than they ever did when they were working in the factory. Yeah. So get clear about what the hell it is you want. I love that influencer that went on one time and was like, I hate my life. I got no friends. Because that's sometimes an enviable job. Oh, it must be nice to just play video games all day long.
Yeah.
Until somebody comes on, they're like, I hate this. I sit here, pan the camera down. Look at how fat I am. I sit in this chair and play video games. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
What is the truth of the situation? I hear you. I hear him, and I want to be compassionate to everybody who's put out. I just don't know everything, and so that's my response.
Well, maybe one thing you mentioned truth there, and another thing we had talked about is that the truth will come out regardless, and the karmic nature of the decisions that get made. If it is a nefarious thing that the government's doing to shut this down, we all know that every time they do that, something pops up in its place. So instead of working with TikTok, like there are some politicians out there saying that we need to work with this. We need to kind of figure out how, everyone can get to a comfortable area. Just to flat out ban it. Personally, I think, it's going to have some karmic repercussions that will not be good. Because when is anything good when we just try to be like, no, you shut up totally, completely.
Yeah, what five new worst, whatever they're trying to suppress with TikTok, you don't, when you take people's freedom, even their freedom to actually destroy themselves away, sometimes it's shocking the creative ways they're like, well, now we've got TikToks. Now we've got Hydra talk. And for every head you cut off, 5 more TikToks are made because you're not going to keep us from our TikToking. But in lieu of all this, here's the nougat of the entire thing. Try to look at it all with wisdom, serenity, a little bit of trust that, like you said, the truth will come out. Try to bring it down, maybe. I hear the complaint. People don't complain for no reason. People don't rant and rave for no reason. I'm an advocate of actually listening when somebody's doing that and not going, clown, clown. Although I'm judging the guy that says that. He's got maybe a good reason to have that attitude. But we'll see. Let's just see what happens. Sometimes when you hold out, something better comes along. Maybe something better than you even imagined is around the corner.
Yeah, that's a good.
So hang in there,
All right, guys. Well, I think that ends it for this reaction on this. Hopefully you liked us talking about this. If you did, leave some comments. And if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone until next time, stay spiritual.